Hi, I'm Liz, and I am working on my creative process as a person creating on YouTube. And I want to tell you today about something that I'm finding to be amazing as a way to work on that at a much higher rate than what I was working before. So, what I'm doing is I am doing a 30-day posting challenge. And what I'm doing is I'm applying a two-step strategy for creating a system and improving upon it continuously. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about that system, how I am making use of that system in this situation, and I will also tell you some of my basic categories of wins and also one of my biggest challenges, which came up right away, and it continues to be a challenge, and I am working on that. Anytime you are trying to design a system for something, it is an iterative process. That means that you have iterations. You're going to try it and you're going to see what works and what doesn't. So when you're in a situation where you're posting every single day, you're going through your entire creative process, to the best of your ability on every single given day. Unless you do it by batches, which I'm not doing that. I'm not there yet. I'd love to get to that, but I'm not there yet. A two-step strategy for doing this would be you plan out how you're going to do your system today, and then you see how that works. And after you're done, you take a look at the product. You look at the product, you look at what did you like about it, what was difficult about it, what was it that you did not like about it. You can kind of look at views depending upon your channel. Your channel may or may not be getting a lot of views no matter what you do. And also it's going to depend a lot, especially at the beginning, whether you're searchable. So don't go by views too much. Go by yourself as a viewer, how you like the product. At least that's my opinion as a person with a very small channel. However, don't ignore it either, because I think that there are some really cool things that you can learn that way too. Like if something dramatically outperforms the others, what was the big difference? And, so anyway, so that's the kind of stuff that you're noticing at the end of the day when you look at your video. So the two steps are you plan your system for the day, you use the system for the day, you try it out. And then at the end of it, you're looking, because now you have to plan it for tomorrow. So now you're looking, okay, this is what was the biggest problem. This is what took away from what was good, and you change those things. So the wonderful thing is when you're doing a 30-day posting challenge, you are going to get a chance every single day. Now for myself, I am doing every day but Sunday for 30 days. So I'm not counting Sundays at all. I'm just picking up 6 days a week. Okay, so some of the wins here that I have experienced. All right, number one, realizing, first of all, just finding time to do this is part of the system. And it was the first thing that I realized when I knew that I had to do it every single day. I did find time to put something out every single day. And I tried to do the best I could with that. I am a full-time working person, so it wasn't perfect, but it was something that I realized that I do have I'm more capable of finding that time, I should say, than I would have given myself credit for before. And now I have found time, so I know, there shouldn't be anything stopping me. I should not be not working on this. When this challenge is over, I know I have a way to make time. The second thing is, as you're going through this, you're obviously noticing what are the problems. And so, yeah, some of the problems I already knew. I mean, most of the problems I already knew to some degree, but because I was doing content not very often, I wasn't working as diligently on trying to improve it, because when you have to do it every single day, you don't want to have the same problem every single day. So it's causes you to really see those problems, really really, want to put your mind to solving them. And I have at least come up with good immediate solutions for now for some of the smaller problems. And I am working on trying different things to solve some of the bigger problems, like the fact that I can't follow a script and apparently neither an outline. This time I'm trying it with the cue cards. So where it comes to the problems that aren't so easy to solve and actually are going to require a greater time commitment, those are probably going to wait until after I'm done with this challenge. Maybe I'll find time over the weekend. But like number one, biggest thing that's kind of driving me bananas right now is that I can't seem to get my phone camera to be super clear. And I'm not sure, I've tried certain things that used to work, I thought, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be consistently working. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I don't know anything about cameras. I need to learn about that. So that's one of the bigger ones. So that's sort of tabled. Okay. So the last thing that I want to say about the wins is that because I realized very quickly that I want I really wanted, even though I'm doing this every single day, I didn't want to just get on there and just gabber and just post anything just to post. I don't have like some amazing motivational skills that I can turn anything into a motivational speech or, this amazing personality that people are just going to show up just for my personality. So I have been digging in and doing a little bit more research and kind of getting my mind around how much research I can put into a video realistically without absolutely killing myself editing. And it's been, again, this is an iterative process. I'm still learning, but this incredible, wonderful benefit here is that here in this short period of time, I am just being amazed at all the cool stuff that I'm learning in what, I guess you could call it my niche, but it's my area of interest, which happens to be my faith, which I love it so much. It's just, I'm being amazed by my Catholic faith, and it's just wonderful. And it's just, pick something that you love to do this challenge on, because you're going to learn all about it, even if it doesn't end up being your niche and, all that. So stuff to keep in mind, people who just kind of post based on their personalities, even that, eventually people are going to just kind of be like, next, because there are lots of great personalities out there. I mean, that's not 100% true. Somebody's really good at engaging their audience and, getting to know them and knowing how to like really engage that. Yeah, that would probably, work for some people. I think it does for some people somehow. I'm not really sure. Okay. So I would have to say that probably the biggest challenge is the same challenge I've had before this and will probably always have, and that especially women tend to have, but you can see how you could really, really, really have this challenge rise to the top when you're doing a daily posting challenge. And that is how to make sure that you are prioritizing your self-care. The wonderful thing about the fact that you're pushing yourself to the limit, there's a couple of ways that the perspective of this really helps. And that is that you realize that, you really need your sleep. You can't stay up all night doing this. I have started to use this to get over the fact that, my work doesn't have to be done for me to go out and take a walk. My work doesn't have to be done for me to do things to take care of myself. Me taking care of myself is extremely important. There's also, your time just with your relationships, your recreation, all those kinds of things that tend to fall off the plate. They've always been challenging. So when you put something like this into the mix, it's not only is it like every day and it's a push, so you can, if you don't prioritize your self-care, you're going to have a problem. But also, ultimately, it's your decision if you want to do this. So it's not that serious. So it's a great practicing ground in which to say, you know what? I'm going to do all this other stuff first because that's what's best for me. And then I'm going to do that video. And if the video is not perfect, I will still learn from it. I'm going to do the best I can. And anyway, so that's that. So once again, the thing that I want you to take home the most out of this is that if you're going to do something like this, it's a fantastic opportunity to plan, try it, and then see, what worked, what was easy, what was hard. What's your need for training when this is over? What are the little doodads that you can figure out how to solve, like a quick, easy thumbnail. In my case, I'm working on just being able to stay on track and make sure I don't forget important stuff that I wanted to say. And, I have to say, I got a little off track there, but I don't think I forgot anything really important this time. So this is such a huge win for me. You can't possibly imagine how long I've been fretting over the fact that I can't even stand writing scripts, never mind following one. And I don't seem to do much better with the outlines. So this is great. And whatever problems you're coming up against in your creative process, set yourself some kind of a challenge. I like the 30-day one because it takes you a while before you kind of get into the groove. I don't know if to really call it groove. I can't really say I'm like in the groove, but get into a perspective and mindset where you're benefiting from it so much that I'm like, when it's over, I mean, on the one hand, I'm going to be glad because, I sure didn't feel like filming a video tonight, that's for sure. But at the same time, I haven't seen this kind of growth in my ability to create, in ever. You know what I mean? Like ever. And I'm not saying my videos have been that great. I mean, how great can they be when you're pushing them out in one day? They're really not. But there are things about them that are. There are things about them that I know are great. And I also, like yesterday, that would have been a much better video if I had more time to do it. I actually did that video. I filmed that in under 11 minutes because that was how much time I had. That was how much time I had. I had a client coming, and there was no way I was going to be staying up late doing that video. And I'm not going to stay up late tonight either. I'm going to try to keep the editing really short, but you kind of get the idea. Anyways, I better cut this off. It's getting extremely long. Well, anyway, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And, try some sort of a challenge because you're going to grow so much. All right. God bless. Take care. And hey, if you like Catholic videos, that's what I do on my channel. Take care. Bye-bye. It's been really cool. Anyway.